What's going on, Five9 friends? Ironcane here as your host for your weekly dose of Gacha news. Last week was Jump Festa, and with it, there were some pretty big announcements and reveals for Gachas, so for that reason, we'll be starting off with JP Games this week. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to leave it a like, comment down below what new Gacha you're most excited for, and subscribe to Five9 Gaming Mobile for all your mobile gaming needs. With that said, let's get right into this week's news. For our first story of the week, we have Full Metal Alchemist Mobile. In celebration of the series' 20th anniversary, Square Enix announced this ambitious title, which plans to recreate the iconic scenes of the anime in 3D graphics with full-length voice acting as well. Unfortunately, there isn't too much information surrounding the game, but it is currently up for pre-registration. If players are able to hit the milestone of 500,000 registrations, they'll be rewarded with 2 multis and SR Winry. So with that information, this title is confirmed to be a gacha. In the trailer, we got to see a sneak peek of a battle between the Alec brothers and Scar, which looks pretty impressive for a mobile game. We'll definitely be covering this game more on the channel as its release date draws near, which really isn't that far away. If you're interested in Full Metal Alchemist Mobile, it's set to release next year, summer 2022, for JP on Android and iOS devices. No word of the game coming to global at this time. Next up, we have an update on Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. The game will be the first mobile adaptation of the series. It will not only reproduce the original scenes of the anime, but new scenes in the perspective of different characters as well. Players now have the opportunity to pre-register for the game where they can receive gacha currency, Twitter profiles, and more. In the trailer, we get a glimpse of what the combat will look like. It appears that players will be able to comprise teams of 4 with basic attacks and special moves that cost mana or whatever the game calls it, with the blue bar under the health bar, with auto and speed up options available as well. If you'd like to try out Jujutsu Kaisen's first mobile adaptation, Phantom Parade, it's immediately available for pre-registration, and it's set to release for JP on Android and iOS devices sometime in 2022. One of the other big reveals from Jump Festa 2021 was the announcement of a new Black Clover mobile game. The game is described as an RPG where players have the ability to explore the world of Black Clover and relive iconic moments from the anime in 3D graphics. Based off the trailer, it appears that the game could be going in a similar direction to Genshin Impact, with it being an open world, but that's purely speculation at this time. That being said, the publisher Pearl Abyss is behind an MMORPG called Black Desert, and the developer Vic Game Studios is a subsidiary of Pearl Abyss, so the game could potentially end up being an MMORPG as well, but who knows. We do know that in the trailer, certain characters were specified to be from Season 1 of Black Clover, meaning that there will be different iterations of characters. Black Clover is expected to release sometime next year on Android and iOS devices for JP, with no word of it receiving a future global release at this time. The trailer is pretty lengthy, running about 4 minutes long, so if you'd like to watch the full thing yourself, look in the description below. Staying on the topic of new games, we have Talked OP, Destiny is the City of Crimson Melody, an upcoming mobile title by Bandai Namco and Dina. The game is described as a mobile RPG where players take the role of a conductor who conducts the music art girls to battle with aliens known as D2 with the power of classical music. Makes sense. The game was originally supposed to release this year, but was delayed to improve upon the title's quality. The title just became available for pre-registration a few days ago, so if you're interested, visit Kuap or Tapio to register. Currently, no rewards have been announced for registration, but I imagine they'll have something or players will definitely riot. Talked OP, Destiny is the City of Crimson Melody, will be available for Android and iOS devices for JP sometime in the near future. The last story we have for JP and beyond this week is a good old collaboration. War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius launched a crossover event with Persona 5 Royal this week, which will go on until the 31st of January. The collaboration characters are the Phantom Thieves' leader, Joker, Queen, and Violet. In celebration of the event, players will receive 2,000 Visior and Gacha pickup tickets as a login bonus, which can be used on the collaboration Gachas and other goodies as well. Additionally, players can receive You Are Queen for free in a multi through logging in. UR versions of Joker and Queen can be obtained entirely for free. All players need to do is complete event quests, with You Are Violet being available later in the collaboration period. Joker and Queen have the ability to deal tons of AoE damage, but Joker has slightly more range than Queen. Both units, however, can buff any allies placed adjacent to them. Bosses from Persona 5 Royal will also be making appearances as well, with Kamoshida, Kaneshiro, and Nijima showing up with stages based on their palaces. If you're a big Persona fan and you'd like to participate, War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is immediately available on Android and iOS devices for JP. Currently, there's no word if this collaboration will come to global, but it is assumed it will come eventually. First up for global, we have a new mobile title that just released this week called Graffiti Smash. The game takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where players help fight against a mysterious entity known as the Ark. The title features 120 explorable maps, 250 hunters to collect, and 400 weapons. For gameplay, players engage in intense field painting combat with the PvP and co-op modes available as well. Players hold down, pull back, and slingshot paint to attack, and as they ink up the battlefield, a graffiti beast can be summoned, which can really change the tide of battle. When taking a break from battling, expeditions can be done even while offline to nab some valuable items. There's also dungeons to tackle with friends, and upon completion, players will be rewarded with dungeon limited weapons to gain an advantage over other players. The game sounds up your alley. Graffiti Smash is immediately available on Android and iOS devices for global. Next up, we have a pretty unique title called Twisted Wonderland, published by Aniplex and developed by F4 Samurai. Players begin their journey in an unknown world of Disney. In it, you'll meet the headmaster of the Night Coven College, who promises to watch over you. While trying to figure out how to get back home, you stay in the academy and meet a plethora of different students with varying personalities. The academy is divided into 7 dormitories that take inspiration from one of Disney's signature villains. This includes Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty, Scar from The Lion King, the Evil Queen from Snow White, Jafar from Aladdin, Ursula from The Little Mermaid, Hades from Hercules, and lastly, the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. The game is currently up for registration, and if players reach 30,000 registrations, they'll be rewarded with a celebratory magical key, 5 magic keys, and large star shards, and 2 lesson item 3-piece sets. If you'd like to try out Twisted Wonderland, it'll be available on Android and iOS devices in Canada and the US on January 20th, 2022. For collaborations on the global side, we have Sino Alice, which will be having a crossover with Black Butler next week. The collaboration will specifically be focusing on the luxury liner arc from Black Butler, with characters like Sebastian, CL, Elizabeth, Undertaker, and Grell making appearances. Players can acquire a copy of Sebastian entirely for free. All they have to do is log in at least once during the collaboration period. Additionally, if 200 users participate in the catchphrase campaign the game is currently running, all players will be rewarded with 200 Twilight Crystals. All players have to do is post a screenshot of this graphic with the hashtag BlackButler, BOTA, collab, with a catchphrase, and that'll count towards the campaign. If you'd like to experience all this collaboration has to offer, it'll be available next week on December 28th in Sino Alice on Android and iOS devices for global. For our last story of the week, we have Alchemy Stars, which is going to be celebrating its half anniversary very soon. Here are the details. The main event of the celebration is called Sands of Time, which will be broken up into 2 parts. The first part, called Northland Journey, will take place starting today, December 23rd, until January 10th. The second part, called Trial of the Aurora, will begin on the 28th of December, while also wrapping up on January 10th. The event stages will consume action points instead of prism, and by completing the event, players will obtain currency used to exchange for valuable items, including 5-star Aurorian Lola. A special login bonus has also started today and will conclude on the 10th of January. Players can nab free lump amber and various other materials, with the shiniest offering being 5-star Force Detonator Robin. Speaking of shiny units, there's a brand new limited 6-star unit called Bethlehem, who can be acquired through Gacha. She's guaranteed to be pulled if players get 2 other 6 stars, so if you've really been saving, you have a shot to get Bethlehem. Lastly, it was announced that Alchemy Stars will be having a collaboration with Miss Kobayashi's Maid Dragon, but Tohru, the blonde dragon girl, being a 6-star fire unit. 4 other units will be coming with her as well. If you like to hop on Alchemy Stars' half anniversary celebrations, which just started today, the game is immediately available on Android and iOS devices for global and JP. That wraps up this week. I just want to take a sec to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. It's crazy to think that next week's episode will be the last of 2021. Man, time sure does fly. Well, Ironcane signing out, guys. Peace.